Greetings and hello. This is Miss Jackson. Here is the video covering the page 121 extra practice. And if you're here, you're looking at this wondering, what in the world is going on? And I too sometimes wonder, what in the world's going on? This lesson introduces kids to the idea of improper fractions, which I remember learning in middle school. My middle school math teacher was Miss Terry. She was a phenomenal math teacher. And I learned this in her class. Kids are learning it in third grade now, or at least being introduced to the concept. We will spend a whopping 1 day on this, and then we really don't use it just a whole lot more in third grade, but it starts to get them ready for learning it more in fourth and fifth and all of those grades. So let's just kind of take this slowly and work through and get a reminder for some of us on what an improper fraction is. Although here they just call it fractions greater than 1 using unit fractions, because that makes a whole lot of sense. So let's look at the sample they've given us. Right here they've put 7/4. That is writing a fraction in unit form. Beside it, they wrote it in fraction form, what we all know and love, 7/4. The problem is we've now broken the rule that these kids have had for so long, which is the denominator is always your biggest number. The denominator is the number on the bottom. It's maybe not anymore, because here now we have a numerator that's a 7, and 7 is bigger than 4. Well, the denominator at least is going to stay what it's always been, which means we have something broken into 4 parts. In this case, we have 2 somethings broken into 4 sections. I have 2 models here. 4 sections there, 4 sections there. And it's divided into fourths. And it's already been labeled with its unit fraction. A unit fraction is a fraction with a 1 in the numerator. And you can see a 1 in the numerator. I'm going to just put a line by all of them here. When we look at 7/4, and I wrote it bigger here, the top number is the numerator, and it's going to tell us how many pieces do we need, or how many pieces is it asking for. In this case, it's asking for 7 of these 1/4 pieces. To get 7, you shade it in 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's only 4/4, which is why we had to make a whole nother bar of fourths here to get 7 of them. 5, 6, 7. Now we have 7/4. Let's look at A. It's written in unit form. It says 5/3. Okay. The bottom number is going to tell me how many sections to divide these models into each. I need each one to be divided into thirds. It's going to be 3 sections each. Let's go ahead and label each one with its value. Each little part is worth 1/3. And now if I look, this top number tells me how many of those thirds I need. In this case, it's 5. So I'm going to shade in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now on to B. Part B, it gave us the fraction form 9/3. We need to write that in the blank in unit form first. So we're going to write 9/3. The denominator here is going to tell me, and I just wrote right on that number, the denominator here is going to tell me how many sections each of these rectangles needs to be partitioned into. Partitioned is a word they like to use a lot in this curriculum also. Partition just means divided into. So I need each of these to be divided into thirds. I'm going to label each one with its value. Each section has a value of 1/3 of the whole. And then this top number is going to tell me How many of these thirds do I need? And I'm going to slowly take my time as I count them. One, oh, that's not a highlighter. I really want a highlighter. Come here, highlighter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I have 9 thirds, what I really have is 3 whole objects. Whatever these objects are, I have 3 wholes. Problem 3. Reggie bought 2 candy bars. Draw the candy bars and estimate to partition each bar into 4 equal pieces. I'm not going to read A or B yet. I'm going to do what it tells me first and stop. Part of the process of being successful for this is working in small chunks, not trying to do the entire thing at once. Doing what they tell you first, then second, then third. And if you'll do that, you'll typically be a little bit more successful. So here it says he bought 2 candy bars, and it says draw the candy bars. Well, in my math class, the candy bars are rectangles. That's what a bar is. And I'm really wanting these to be congruent, which means same size, same shape, or as close as I can get them. I'm just a person and I'm not perfect, but we want them to be as close to congruent as possible. Then it says, estimate to partition each bar into 4 equal pieces. That means this one needs to have 4 pieces, and this one needs to have 4 pieces. The next thing we're going to do is label the value of each section. Each section represents 1/4 of the whole candy bar. Okay, part A says, Reggie ate 5 pieces. Shade the amount he ate. So I'm going to use green to shade that. He ate 1. That is not the highlighter for the second time this video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the green represents what he ate, and I'll even label it like that. Write a fraction to show how many candy bars Reggie ate. Reggie ate, and there are going to be 2 ways to represent this. Reggie ate 1 whole candy bar and 1/4 of the second candy bar. So we can see he ate the whole thing here and just a fourth there. This is sometimes also written or represented as he ate 5/4 of the candy bars because he ate 5 of those 1/4 pieces. Okay, this is the whole page for the building and writing fractions greater than 1 whole section. I've never seen the state ask a question that deals with this on STAR before. Typically the purpose of this lesson is really to prepare them to start thinking about fractions greater than a whole in coming years. So if you're someone who's really worried about the STAR test, this is typically not something that's been on there before, but it doesn't mean it can't be this year. We're going to review it in this lesson, and then we'll bring it up and retrieve this information and review it here and there to kind of spot check the kids. And that is about the extent that I'm going to go into this lesson, because my whole hopes and goals and dreams is not to leave them more confused at the end of this lesson than they started. And so I really try to be very specific about what we cover here, how much, and not going so far that a lot of kids are left more confused than they started, because that's never a good thing. Okay, if you have any questions about this, or if you would like to lodge a complaint, any of those things are fine with me. Feel free to reach out. If you're thinking of starting a protest at the state capitol directed at the people who say our kids have to learn this in 3rd grade, let me know. I'll make a cardboard sign. I'll show up and stand on the corner with you. It'll be peaceful fun. Thank you.